Hello, everybody. Welcome to ISGP 4, not 3, 4.
We're going back in time.
Oh no. This is a Group D race between Asdra and Yogamoanyo, and we are going to be doing Spyro the Dragon 1. And from the beginning of the game, we're going to collect all the eggs in the game, beat the first 3 bosses and 100% their level, and we're going to 100% another stage from the each homeworld respectively, excluding the flights and the homeworlds themselves. And yeah, Adam, would you like to give us the countdown to start the race?
All right, so we'll third time's the charm. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I'll explain what happened. So this is the third time we're trying the race out, and hopefully this is the one that works. Asdra unfortunately was having an error that we don't know exactly what the cause was. Where their game would freeze and then they get like an error that was not from Duck Station, it seemed. I could be wrong there, but it was an error that essentially said, I guess something about a sector reading issue. So we assumed, potentially, this is our running theory, and hopefully everything works, is that what might have happened was, I don't know, maybe their SSD that they had the thing, their game on and everything, maybe was a little messed up. That would suck if that would happen, but you know, if that's the problem, then hopefully that's the issue, and yeah, hopefully everything goes smoothly this time. So we had to restart. This is our third restart, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, we had to go through all of that. Hopefully third time's the charm. For real this time. Yes, and we are again joined today by just Adam and me and Asdra. It's just us three. We're the big old crew. Big old crew of 3. But yeah, hopefully everything goes fine. And I was mentioning this in the previous race that we did, but so how the first run went, I had no idea what I was doing. And then now that I've done a quick run through, rather, we did a bit of a run through since our first run was actually the one that we were able to get the furthest in. I think I now know a bit better what exactly I'm going to be doing. So hopefully everything is fine in terms of what I'm going to do. Because at first I was very confused on everything I was going to do. But now I'm more confident and comfortable. I think I'll be fine. How about you, Asdra? Now that you've kind of had some time to... Now that we've done at least like a half of a run, give or take, do you feel more confident in having like a bit more of like a route in terms of like, oh yes, I'm going to do this stage, I'm going to do this, and I should be fine?
A little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, I think you and me both were just like, I don't fucking know. I'll do something. I'll figure it out along the way. The only thing we had cemented was Town Square, because that is the easy thing to do. The easy stage for easy stage for artisans. Man, I haven't messed up that skip in a while. I thought I was gonna mess it up again. My eye is itchy. Feels like it has gunk in it. But I shouldn't rub it. I have a very bad habit and tendency of rubbing my eye, and then it just starts burning, and then I'm just like, why is my eye burning? What have I done? Oh.
It is a mystery to us all.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to me all the time. Too much. I'm trying to think of like things to talk about, since I feel like we've exhausted a lot of topics from the 2 runs. But I guess I'll mention this because this happened recently, and I don't know if I mentioned it in any of the runs or any runs recently. I could be wrong here though. And that is that I am an uncle to another niece. Yippee! She's like 2 weeks old now at this point. And before me and Asdra did our first attempt at the race, I got to hold her for the first time because, see, unfortunately, the other times that she was here, like I could, see her and stuff like that, like I already had things sort of planned out, so I didn't really have the opportunity to hold her or anything. I got to see her, but I didn't get the opportunity to hold her. But I got to hold her today, and she's precious. She's adorable. She is small, which is nice. Well, she was kind of a big baby. I think she was like 10.2 pounds when she was born, but like small baby in comparison to what I am used to when holding my nieces, because I remember holding my nieces when they were bigger. So it was nice to like hold my niece and be like, yes, you are light. This is acceptable. It's only a matter of time until you're much bigger, and then I have to hold on to you and what's it called? Hurt my shoulder because I'm out of shape. I'm still gonna be slightly over dragon, but better safe than sorry. I should be 1 dragon over. I keep I'm so used to running 120 that every time I like leave a stage and whatever, I want to instinctually press the button to my next split button, because I keep thinking that I'm playing 120, especially in the stages that I have to like 100% in. So like I just finished 100%ing Town Square. And as soon as I left, I really wanted to like really quickly go over and press my split button. I had to tell myself, nope. Done with that. I don't need to do that. Old habits die hard. Oh, that was weird. Huh. Go. Well, I'm glad so. So far, we've made it longer in this race than we did the second attempt. Second attempt. You know what? At the very least, I'm glad that that one was relatively fast. That was like literally within like 5 minutes, if not, probably even faster.
Yeah.
All right. 11 dragons. So that's all the dragons, and we got to get 1,200 gems. So 10 dragons and 1,200 gems is the honestly the main thing that we're, or like I guess the roadblocks that we have to get past. Not the main thing we're going for, but they are the roadblocks. So I think now that we I've retroactively, or I guess we retroactively added in the goal of do 100%ing the boss stages, it does make life a little bit easier, because it does give us a little bit more wiggle room on how many gems we're collecting. For context, so people know, when I first, because I'm the one who made this goal, at first it was just 100% it was one stage. It was still beat the boss of the first 3 bosses and collect all the eggs, but it was just 100% one stage. In the homeworld, excluding, it was going to initially be excluding the boss stage and homeworlds and flights, because those were just the obvious picks of what to do. But I kind of realized, like, when I was thinking about it before we started the run, I was like, okay, it's going to be a bit on the shorter side, and so we're already going to be in the boss stage as is, instead of just like rushing through it. Let's just 100% it. They're pretty straightforward. I would say Toasty is probably the least straightforward, because you kind of have to go out of your way to like hit things, where like Blowhard is literally just like all the gems are along the way. There's no real side path or anything aside from like one random one-off thing. Let's do this. Ooh, shit. Come on, Sparks, you got this. There we go. I need to do this though. You know what? Safety gems are safety gems. If I could not almost die. I'm a bit more confident in how many gems I need to collect too, because I think I did over gem also, which is a very big habit that I have in a lot of these games. I'm starting to notice is over gemming. In these runs, I should say. Yeah, I think I know how to cut it a bit closer while having enough gems. Give this a shot. There we go. Oh. Oh, Adam, I'm curious. I forgot to ask. This is unrelated to anything here. Did that file end up opening?
Yes, it did.
It did. Nice. I hope you enjoyed the image. For context, Adam's using a program that is basically like a free version of Photoshop. It's like the equivalent of Photoshop, but free. And I was curious if PSD files would open, because one of the biggest issues I've had with not owning Photoshop is having a PSD or trying to open a PSD file. And I wanted to test it with Adam, and I had to find a PSD file that would work. And I had like two, but one of them I couldn't send over Discord because it was too big for file size, and I was like, okay, well, I can't send Adam this because it's too big. So the only other one that I could easily find was a not safe for work picture, and I was just like, Adam, please just open this up. I just need to know if it works. Because I mean, now that I know that it opens up most PSDs, I might give it a download, because that has always been, like I said, a big issue of mine is trying to open up some PSD files, because a lot of stuff, especially because I do work with a lot of artists with like a lot of random different things, being able to have the like access to a PSD and being able to open it without Photoshop is very nice, because what I use right now can have glitches when that happens. So
Would that be GIMP by any chance?
I think so. I haven't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I use GIMP and I use an extension. Yeah, because it doesn't open up PSDs naturally. Oh no, I'm not
GIMP
gonna be
is
able to
all right for some things, but as like a full-on Photoshop replacement, probably not.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, unfortunately, Photoshop is just kind of the best, and there's never really been, like, I guess there's, like, Adobe, there's, like, what, Adobe, I almost said Premiere. That is the wrong thing. I think there's, why did I grab that dragon? That was, oh wait, no, I'm 100% saying a stage. That was, I need to do that. I just thought to myself, I was like, wait a minute, why did I grab a dragon there? Then I just remembered, oh yeah, I'm 100% saying stage. But yeah, no, there's like Adobe stuff that I guess works. It's not like, say, this isn't like the same case of something like Sony Vegas, though, for example. Remember when Sony Vegas used to be like the only video editor to use? Like every other one was just like not worth it. It was just like Sony Vegas or bust. Luckily, that's not really a thing anymore. You can use free alternatives, which are just as good. I always shill out DaVinci Resolve because I think DaVinci is very, very good for a free product. Also, if you ever want to buy DaVinci, it is a one-time payment and not a monthly payment, which is a big plus in my books.
I mean, next best alternative is just, you know, pay for a monthly until you actually pay it off.
Is that how it works, or are you saying like that's just like a general better?
No, there's other software that kind of have that. I feel like, if you're gonna do monthly, at least that's kind of nice. You eventually pay for the whole software.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you get like a new phone, because you know how you can get a phone and they can pay it over the span of a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like similar to that. Which is one thing I do like about when you get a new phone, is that you can do that. Is you just purchase a phone and be like, all right, I'm gonna put, you can pay for it all now, or you can do like $20 a month or something. Okay, cool. I think I should be good after this stage to go into the next stage, or next homeworld. Sorry. I'm trying to, because I don't think there's any egg thieves in Ice Cavern. I hope there's not. I don't remember there being any. Oh my god. Oh, never mind. That wasn't too bad. The sound effects of hitting all the enemies in Dr. Shemp is really funny to me.
Yeah.
When you hit them all really fast. Because I hit, like, you know the big mama that has, like, the 3 that she hits at you? Usually I just charge directly to it, or to her, and then I flame her, and then I charge the other dude. But it felt great to just be like, it's just like, it's just funny to hear, like, you charge the first guy, flame her, she dies, then you charge the other 2, and you just hear like 5 death sounds going off at once. It's a little silly. There we go. Oh! Dr. Shemp, you pushed me off the ledge, you jerk.
That was very mean of him.
It was.
You should kill him for it.
I am. I'm toasting his buttocks. We could call this run the like the saving the dragon babies run. I don't know, because we're getting the dragon eggs. That's like the theme, if you want to put like a loose theme on it, is we're saving the dragon eggs, and the bosses are holding the eggs hostage. I don't know. Okay, that's that stage. I kind of like to find, like, whenever I make a goal, because I made this goal for anybody who doesn't know, whenever I make a goal, I try to get, like, some sort of theme tied to it, just to be like, oh, you're doing, you know, this. And it's all like a big old theme. Okay, I can confirm. At 1,300 gems, and I was able to go to Magic Crafters.
Cool. So
it's probably 1,200 if I had to guess. So whatever I read online was right. We were a bit confused on if it was 1,200 or not, because I think you and me are accustomed to not grabbing a lot of gems. Or rather we're used to collecting everything, I should say.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, instead of not collecting things. I don't know why I said we're used to not collecting. My brain is scrambled today. But now, which stage will I 100%? Wait, no, I had to go in here. There are dragon eggs in here. I almost just completely ignored Alpine Ridge being like, well, there's no eggs in there. I don't intend on doing that stage 100%. And then it all came back to me. There are, there's, I think, 1 dragon egg? Yeah, there is. I'm gonna play risky and not get any dragons. So let's hope I don't die. Hit that enemy, because I'm afraid he's gonna fucking smack me and knock me off the edge.
If there's anything I've learned from playing Elden Ring, it's that gravity is your biggest enemy.
Yep. That is like the universal rule of... Oh, no, that was awkward. It's like the universal rule of gaming right there. Gravity is never on your side. Never, ever.
Unless you're fighting an invader right next to an edge, in which case sometimes it is on your side.
That's true. The amount of times I've seen people roll to their death while playing like any Souls-like game is more than I can count, and also really funny every time. Would this be the faster route? No, you know, I don't think it is. I'll go this way. They have to deal with this shit. These bugs. Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, that fucking supercharged jump was deceptive. I did like one of those glitchy jumps, glitchy supercharges rather, in high caves, and I fucking was trying to supercharge to maintain my speed to get one of the egg thieves faster, and it almost killed me because the jump did not go as far as the supercharged speed that I had. Excuse me. Right, so I have 2 more egg thieves, which those are in Wizard Peak. And I'm just gonna say Wizard Peak is the stage I'm gonna 100%. I don't know if this is the right stage to 100%, but like all of Magic Crafters kind of have like stages that are, they're all kind of long for different reasons to 100%, but I feel like this one at least is, this one feels the least out of the way of doing things. Because Alpine Ridge has some stuff that's out of the way, like pretty out of the way, like that side path that's kind of out of the way. And then High Caves is questionable because of the bug section, the cave in there, and there's the 2 routes, and it's just like, it's too much. I thought that would maybe be the slowest stage. Maybe that's probably the best stage if you're like very, very good at the game, but I am not confident in my abilities, so I'm not going to say I'm very, very good at the game.
And I am missing gems in my chosen 100% level in
Ooh. Which stage are you in?
Cliff Town.
Ooh, that's rough. How many gems though? Is it like a 1 gem, a 2 gem?
2.
2. God, a 2 could
I
be
was looking for
anywhere.
more, but I finally found them in some of the pots that I guess I forgot to flame.
I guess the only thing I could suggest is the upper area. That's like the only area that I can immediately think of.
Oh, there they are.
Or the 2 gems. Were they the 2 gems behind the building, the 2 ones?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Over
okay.
by the wall ones.
Yeah, that actually checks out. That I've had moments where I've forgotten those. Specifically, I think when I have done 120 runs, say it's been a while and I kind of forgot like the route or something, I would just do what's it called? I would, you know, I'd be like trying to remember the route on the fly and be like, oh yeah, I remember most of the route, and then I would forget there's like 2 gems there or something.
Yeah, it's funny too because those are like always the gems that I'm missing if I'm missing gems in there.
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. I think I am also in the same boat whenever I am doing stuff. That sounds about right.
And then for the gems that I usually miss in Stone Hill, I usually remember 3 trees up top.
Oh yes, 3 trees up top and all around the what's it called? All around the whatever the freaking thing is called. Castle, I guess? Like that's near the end of the stage. There's like a 2-gem around like all 4 sides, I think. Because those gems are pretty easy to miss. But yeah, luckily on the bright side with like Stone Hill, you just have to remember like the only real gems in that upper section are the gems in those trees, and then like a one-off basket that's really close to the thief. And then once you do that, you're like, all right, oh, that and I guess the castle area up top. But once you get that, you're like, all right, cool. You no longer have to be in the upper section of Stone Hill, which is nice because you can completely ignore like an entire segment that has no gems in it.
Yeah.
Is all the gems there? That is okay. All right, so I just beat Wizard Peak 100%. So I still have what's it called? One last boss stage. Let me make sure I have all the dragon eggs. I do. Actually, I'm gonna double check that I have 100% of one stage. Do it real fast before I forget. Or all the stages that I need to. Town Square, Toasty, Clifftown, or no, sorry, Dry Canyon, Dr. Shemp, Wizard Peak. Okay, yeah, I have. Perfect. So now I just need to do Blowhard, and I should be good. How hard can you blow? Thank you. Thank you, achievement. I have retro achievements on my duck station, so every time there's like if I go into a flight or something, it pops up and I keep forgetting. It doesn't matter ultimately when racing, but it's just really funny when like the pop-up happens. It's like, how hard can you blow? Because I think I think it's an achievement for beating Blowhard as quick as possible. So every time I go into Blowhard, oh my god, he is actually kicking my ass right now. That thing pops up. You know, I don't think I've ever fucked up on Blowhard like that before. Altair. I think there's also, funny enough, I guess an exploit you could say for this glitch where it's like, it doesn't, I don't think it counts your time for when you enter the level, so you can actually just like get a stupid fast time by just killing yourself like somewhere in the stage, like resetting the timer and then going from there. Yeah, my best time is 28 seconds. Like you could just rush through the stage. Wait, I didn't even check if I got all the gems. I'm on literal autopilot mode. Like I'm playing 120. Yeah. Blowhard, Wizard Peak. Yeah, that's all 400. 1 for 1 dragon. 1-1, 300 out of 300 Dr. Shemp. And 400 Dry Canyon. That's all eggs and 4 dragons. Town Square, 4-4, 200, and the eggs. Yeah, so I have gotten... I have finished up. I'm done. So heck yeah. I don't know if you want to keep going. That's completely up to you.
Yeah, I'll try.
Hell yeah. Cool. Awesome. Doing great. It's like a little over 25 minutes, so not too short. Not too long. It's funny because I was once I realized how far I was in, I kind of was thinking to myself, I was just like, what if we retroactively added a Metalhead on there? But I was like, okay, I'm just like adding things to add things sort of thing. I was like, nah, that's like a little excessive. Also, I wouldn't do that mid-run sort of thing. I'd only do that mid-run if like if like we were like 10 or 15 minutes in or something, I'd be like, all right, let's do this, just add more to it. I guess I'll just keep like messing around in game in the meantime. That way there's some extra footage there on the side.
I was like looking all over the level for this one gem that I missed, and then one of the mamas threw me off the edge, and then I respawned and the gem was right behind me.
I wonder if it was one of the enemies that flew off or something. Potentially.
It was right behind the dragon.
Oh, was it those like 3-1 gems that are right when you jump off the cliff? Is it one of those?
Yeah.
Like that drops you down to the section where the boss is. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense now. Yeah, there's when I do 120, you have to do like a very particular jump to make sure that you actually grab the gem. One of the 1 gems is like really close to the edge there. Otherwise, you will just flat out miss it. Oh. Oh, Asdra's back. The game. I don't know if the game froze or if you froze.
Oh, it might have been just the stream.
Oh, whew. I got scared for a second there because I looked over and I was like, oh no, did it happen again?
Well, even if it did at this point, it would just be, well, I don't get to finish the goal because you already finished.
That's true, which that's good. At the very least, that we have at the very least the race is done, so we don't have to be concerned about that aspect.
Just trying to think of how I can get the rest of these gems real quick.
How many gems are you missing? Are you, because I see you're still in Peacekeepers?
I
guess you could do the homeworld. There's quite a bit in the homeworld. Get like the one that is the key, and then get all the stuff in there. The key doesn't really have a lot of gems, but the what's it called does. The actual room where the chest is has quite a bit of gems.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't have all the eggs in here yet. There's the one in what's it called? Dry Canyon.
Oh, yep, there. Well, on the bright side, that's like right at the beginning of the stage. It's a very quick little detour.
Yeah.
There's none in Ice Cavern. Can confirm. I was concerned about that.
I just remember that as I was getting the egg thief that was over on that other side. In the homeworld.
Oh yeah, next to the key. I feel like that's probably like one of the easiest dragon eggs to forget because it's kind of just there. Like it's next to a dragon. I don't know, maybe I feel like that's one that I autopilot on so hard that I can easily forget that it's just there. Because I think there was I want to say I might have had a run with somebody at some point where I might have forgot that egg was there until like I went around to it and I was just like, oh yeah, that is there.
Okay, so I do have enough gems now. And the egg.
Heck yeah.
So then now it's just go to Magic Crafters, get the rest of the eggs that are there. And then the 100%ing and killing the boss.
Which luckily the blowhard 100%. That one in theory you should not miss any gems because everything's pretty on the path.
Yeah.
There's only 2 little instances that you have to kind of deviate, but it's like such a small deviation. Unlike Toasty and Blowhard, which kind of make you go, or Toasty and Dr. Shem, which kind of make you go slightly out of the way to make sure that you have everything. And there's some gems that are kind of like tucked away in Shem. Specifically the one that you ended up missing, and I think that I've missed that one a lot of times too myself.
I did not need to get this dragon.
Yeah, it's instinct. It's I had to like bite my tongue when running past some dragons because I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
No need to get it.
Even as early as artisans, I missed a dragon, but not like due to any like muscle memory type things. It was like the first 2 runs. I did it where I got the dragon in front of the toasty head first, and then I was like, wait a minute, I could just get that one afterwards.
Yeah, see, that's
in the toasty.
That's like the upside. Yeah.
And then I still was under the mentality that I needed to exit Stonehill with 9 dragons.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's the like I said, the goods, the upside about restarting the run like twice is being able to, I guess, figure that stuff out. Because yeah, I collected 14 dragons the first time. I think this time it was 11 when I left. So I still technically was 1 over, but it made me consider, oh yeah, I am definitely over collecting dragons. I need to, chill a bit, especially because Town Square has 4 dragons, which is funny. I didn't even realize I had 4. I thought I had 3. But yeah. I do not remember how to do Wild Flight.
Yeah, I always forget how to do Wild Flight. Probably due to trying to erase the memories of all the times that I fell into the water trying to get those fucking boat guys.
Me, I don't know how to do Wild Flight. Also me, this is the best time that I got on the leaderboard on retro achievements. I did it very, like, unoptimally too. I'm just kind of right now I'm just kind of doing like I guess 120 practice because for like the later stages, because I've been wanting to do some 120 runs lately and just getting accustomed again to how the levels work, especially later on, is a very nice thing. Because I remember I'll take breaks from 120 and I'll be like, all right, I think I'll remember the stages midway through, and like I do remember them, but yeah, sometimes it can.
Oh, I missed the hole.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit higher. I like to just jump off the edge of the platform, like past the dragon a bit, because you get a bit more distance that way. Then it's just a matter of finding, like, getting the seam. Like, I'll go past those baskets, and I never do a charge jump. That's the one thing you shouldn't do, because charge jump in this game gives you less height than a normal jump. The charge jump in this game is abysmal, which is unfortunate because in Spyro 2 and 3, it's like just like the standard jump essentially, and it feels great. But nah, in this game, a charge jump is awful.
I'm gonna go ahead and blame all the time that I spent not playing Spyro.
No, that's completely. Did you charge through the map? I mean, you got it. It's by technicality. Nothing but a sheer technicality. No, I definitely get what you're saying though, because my the other runs that I've done, aside from doing, I think maybe the first 2 runs, essentially against Big Gaz and Adriano, like that was my first time playing
Spyro like 2 and hell even Spyro 1 in quite some time. And who did I race in Spyro 3? Was that a big guys? No. That was the Acorn. Even to Acorn, I would say I still like didn't really have that much experience. Those were like my first time playing the games in quite some time. And then after I played them, I felt more comfortable. So my runs with like you and Bradley Gaming and stuff like that, and who else?
Why am I saving?
You gotta make sure you don't die. If you get a game over.
Speaking of
Oh. I guess it was saving.
I guess so. I was gonna say, it froze again, but I guess
That's well, at least it did. So far, so good at the very least. But yeah, no. Every run essentially after my first 3 runs, except for the run against Wally, but that was because it was literally fucking Enter the Dragonfly. Every run besides those ones afterwards, I felt more comfortable doing because I was like, all right, I've played the games like the OG trilogy like once over. Or I've played through these games once over now through a run, therefore I feel more comfortable doing them again.
I'm just gonna go in there the normal way since I'm missing it so many times.
Valid. I respect that decision.
And I'm accidentally getting this dragon that I don't need.
No, clearly it's for a death abuse if in case you mess up. Getting the dragon egg. It's a pro strat. Also, remember the thing when I said I wasn't going to rub my eye at some point? I don't know if that was this run or the other run where I was like, I shouldn't do that because it'll make my eye burn. I did it, and now my eye is burning. Oh. I knew it. I regretted it. Ooh. It's like a part of me is going to say, man, I love Spyro 1 simply because of the movement. But a part of me is also just like, well, I'm also the most comfortable with the movement in this game. So I don't know if it necessarily has the best movement. It has the movement I'm the most comfortable. I always feel bad whenever I like I felt bad suggesting Spyro 1 to you because I'm so good at Spyro 1, but I was just like, I don't know what else to play. Like, I think I chose Spyro 1 because it was easier to figure out a goal for, because I feel like Spyro 1 is very limited when it comes to like goal ideas, I think, compared to the other two. The other two games, like, you can really think of some like insane stuff and it just works.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I'll choose Spyro 1 for us just because it's ease of figuring out a goal. But I always feel bad like whenever somebody, it's like one of those things when you know you're good at the game and you just feel bad. Like, granted, I did lose against Adriano, but like when he suggested, hey, do you, because I think he suggested Spyro 1, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go for it. I felt bad. I was like, oh no, am I gonna win super hard? Like, I'm gonna feel bad about this. But again, he ended up winning that race, so you know, I don't feel nearly as bad now. But yeah, Spyro 1's just easy to choose goals for. It's a very simple game. There's no mini games. There's none of that. It's just pure platforming.
I always
Pure
love getting
baby.
getting the egg thieves by using the fan chests.
Yeah, I did that with the one in what's it called? High caves around the puddle.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I do that in 120%, but I did it there kind of because, like, I don't know, I get scared of the ones that are around that go around the what's it called? The little like lake puddle thingy. Like, I always get scared that I'm gonna like fuck it up and then they're just gonna go ring around the rosy and I'm just gonna not be able to get them. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play this safe.
Yeah. Plus, it's just fun to do anyway, because it's
It
like, oh,
is.
you're gonna try running away from me. I'm just gonna do this so that you're just dead.
It is. They're like nah 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 and you're like just staring at them. Then boop. I like also doing it in Gnasty's loot because there's an opportunity where you can do it a couple times. I think in one of them it's actually faster to do. Where you just like hit them with that. I guess ultimately it is generally speaking faster to do it that way. Also,
Yeah.
just realized I did treetops incorrectly in terms of 120 routing. The stage is I love treetops, but it's because of how specific it is. It's very easy to mess up the routing. Shit.
I've been building Spyro 1 worlds in Minecraft, and Treetops has been one of the ones that I've spent the most time and attention to detail on.
Because it's so high up in the air with all like the trees and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Have you made it like really 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 high up in the sky sort of thing to like kind of give that like
Yeah,
immersion?
Pretty much.
It's awesome. Yeah, I remember you.
I am also building it in survival, so I also kept that in mind to not go too high because that is a lot of fucking logs.
Yeah, that is true. I remember when you were first posting them in the ISGP server, and I think the very first image you posted, I was very confused on what you were posting. I was like, I don't know what you're posting. And then I think it was like the very next one where you were like, hey guys, how's Peacekeepers looking? And I was like, oh, and then I like saw it, and then all the gears started turning in my head, and I was like, it's Spy. Oh, okay, I see. And then you started posting more, and I was like, damn, these look good.
Yeah, and having no PC while doing that was also awkward because it was like I didn't have access to Spyro Editor or Spyro World Viewer. I mean, not Spyro Editor.
Yeah.
Completely different thing.
Spyro Editor should exist if it doesn't. let us edit the stages easily. Let us make our own stages. Yeah, no, that's really cool though. Like, I've always had an affinity for remaking things in Minecraft, so like I get the mindset of wanting to like remake stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was that I wanted to remake, but I remember trying to remake a game in Spyro or not Spyro, in Minecraft, and I went really hard on trying to remake it, and it made me realize how like hyper specific I like to be when building things and remaking stuff. So yeah, I get it, but it's a lot of fun though. I think that's like the big takeaway.
Right.
It's a big time sink.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, if you ever need to, you know, let time pass.
My alarm.
There you go.
Up by 10.
Yeah.
I gotta work.
Okay.
Thank you.
Work, yippee. I love working. Actually, I do love working because my job is doesn't make me a lot of money, but you know, good work.
Oh, I am back in the homeworld. For some reason that didn't click with me. I was like, I got a game over. Big deal. Now I gotta go all the way back to the level that I was just that I can't remember the name of somebody.
Wizard Peak?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think it's Beast makers when it starts putting you, when you game over, it starts putting you outside of the level
Hmm.
if you game over in the stage. But the first 3 homeworlds, nah, it puts you at the beginning, which is kind of annoying, honestly. I kind of hate that they like they relegate that to being like shit later on, like oh yes, in the harder homeworlds we'll do this for you. I mean, some people be like, oh well, I appreciate that, but me personally, I'm like, no, that sucks. Because
Yeah.
like if what if you fuck up early on? Like, what if it's like your first time playing the game, you know, you start messing up early on? Well, then you're gonna have to run all the way back, and it sucks, as opposed to being like, oh, okay, now I'm at the beginning of the stage, or the beginning of the, right before the portal. That's fine, I'll be fine.
Well, I sure am falling off this edge a lot.
Play it safe, be careful. Were you charging off the edge, or were you jumping like too low?
Charging off the edge and also jumping too low.
Yeah, no, that kind of checks out. Like it can be really weird, I guess, to control Spyro. I don't know how like comfortable you are in terms of like your ability to control Spyro in Spyro 1, but like it definitely feels like it can be hard if you're not like totally accustomed to it. And it can, yeah, you might be able to, because he does very wide turns. He doesn't do sharp turns. In this
Yeah,
game.
the wide turns always kind of throw me off.
Yeah, especially because in Spyro 2 and 3, those wide turning, like he still has wide turning, but you can also do like again the sharp turns, so it can just feel awkward. I agree, Adam. I don't have enough dragons to be able to continue. I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna do 120% like I normally would, and then then the balloonist was just like, you don't have the dragons, punk, because I ignored like every dragon in peacemakers, peacekeepers, I always fuck up that stage. Peacekeepers.
Like just waggles his finger at you. They're like, go back.
I have not done the backtracking to Sunny Flight to unlock it in a very long time. I completely forgot there are sound effects when you touch the stones after you go talk to the dragon that tells you like, hey, there's what's it called, like this is the secret here. It almost like confused me. I thought I was playing like a hacked version of the game.
Zoe starts talking. You seem to be playing a hacked version of this game, Spyro, and then starts doing Nestor's dialogue.
Sparkle's like, who are you? I don't think you matter.
Speaking of like that anti-piracy thing, I think I've talked about this before, but like in, I don't know about a previous race, but like I think at some point I've talked about this. I think when I was a kid, I actually triggered the anti-piracy with like my legitimate copy of the game, because I remember that anti-piracy thing, because specifically it was Zoe, I think right before Buzz.
Yeah.
She'd be like, Spyro, I can tell you're using like an illegal version of the game. And I was like, what? As a kid, I was scared, like, because I think I rented the game or something, and I was like scared. I thought I did something wrong. Because you know, as a kid, you hear the word illegal, and for me, my brain is immediately like, my child brain is like, oh no, I am breaking the law. I think I was like scared of Spyro 3 for a little bit because of that.
I actually do have a copy that is the it does have the anti-piracy like always active.
Is it like because you're using like an actually like pirated version of the game, or is it just like your copy is like weird and it just causes the anti-piracy to pop up? Because like it was such an aggressive anti-piracy from my understanding that it could just happen to pop up because your version is like scratched up to some degree that it ends up actually just triggering the version, the anti-piracy to pop up.
It is actually a modified version. It's like a ROM file where they whoever uploaded it, they put like a intro thing at the beginning.
Oh, so basically they cracked the game incorrectly.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And it was the first one that I ever tried downloading for Spyro 3 too, so it was like, well, I guess I gotta find a different one.
I guess on the very least, if you still have that file, you have.
I do.
So at the very least, I guess you have something to trigger if you ever want to play the anti-piracy version of the game. You have something that can just auto trigger it, I guess, without having to go through any like the bells and whistles or anything. Because I guess the closest you can get for doing that is doing like what, Spyro Edit or something. Like, Adam, what is like the most convenient way to trigger it through like tools that we have, I guess?
I mean, there's the double jump code for Spyro 3.
Oh yeah, the double jump code.
Hmm.
Very interesting that that triggers the anti-piracy. Do you know why it does? Wasn't there like an explanation, like a reason? Didn't somebody figure it out? Like one of the people working on it figured out, like, first of all, wasn't it like one line of code that they had to just like adjust or something to make it work, first of all? And then second of all, for whatever reason, it just triggers the anti-piracy?
Yeah, more or less. I think certain cheat codes can also cause it just to go off in general. I guess you modify the code enough, it notices that something's wrong.
I remember you were messing with the codes, the coding of Spyro 1 at some point. It makes me wonder if you were to mess with the code ever so slightly in Spyro 3, like you just adjust one thing that ultimately doesn't mess up the game experience, right? If it would end up activating anti-piracy, because from my understanding, especially for the time, which I will give them credit for, 2000, like it is very aggressive anti-piracy, which is commendable, I would say, for the time.
I guess that wouldn't be too hard, really. It seems like the game is just checking if anything in memory is just modified in general. There's no way it shouldn't be.
No, it should be. We should modify the game. I guess if we were ever to make custom Spyro levels, then I guess Spyro 2... It's weird because you would think Spyro 3 would be the ideal game because Spyro 3 doesn't have double jump, therefore it's the most like natural experience, right? But I guess Spyro 2 would be the best because there's no anti-piracy measures and stuff like that, that you have to deal with and hope doesn't activate, sort of thing. God, I wish for the day that we start getting custom Spyro 3 levels, or Spyro levels, I should say. But it makes me, I've always wondered if, like, the reason why it's hard to make is, or, like, harder to make is because, like, is it because of how the fucking, like, render distance method works of everything? Because you know how it has, like, the low poly versions of everything?
I think that's, like, sort of one reason for it. Yeah, there's, like, you just have to respect the restrictions of the engine.
Yeah, because like for example, right, when I think of like games that have custom levels, I think of Mario 64, and it's much easier to make those version or make those levels nowadays. Like we have tools to make it so easy to be able to make a simple version, but like back in the day, like I could literally just do, if anybody remembers this program, like Google Sketch, and you could make basic, I think it was Google SketchUp or something, where you'd make
Yeah, I
very
remember
basic
Google
models.
SketchUp.
Yeah, and I would make very basic like stages, because like in Mario 64 you could get away with not having these very intricately designed stages, right? And that's what I would do. I would use Google SketchUp and I would make Mario 64 stages. But the problem is, when I did that back when I was a kid, the only issue I had was what's it called? The only issue I had was that the tools to import custom stages was very inconvenient at that time. But nowadays, I think that those tools are very like easy to just have and make your own stages and import them and stuff. I mean, nowadays you'd probably use something like, I don't know, Blender, like a much more convenient 3D modeling program.
Yeah, you can literally have Mario run around in Blender. Someone has done that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like actually play with a gamepad kind of thing.
Oh wow! So
Yeah,
you can like just play the games and stuff in Blender.
Yeah, more or less, or whatever you throw at it. I'm not sure why we do that, but I guess it's handy for like if you're building stuff in Blender for Mario. That's a handy tool to have, I guess.
Yeah, because then that way you don't have to like test out things and then be like, all right, does it work inside the game, and then open up the the thing in game and do all that sort of stuff, because that is a bit of an inconvenience. So all right, how close are you to finishing up the run?
Well, I gotta get to that one spot where you gotta supercharged jump to get to, but I have been failing immensely at it.
Oof. Well, I do also know that the 1 minute, or the 1 minute, the 1 minute time limit of round one. The 1 hour time limit is creeping up. So I don't know if we're Adam's the mediator. He's a moderator. Well, he's gonna have to stop us, or let us keep going. That's up to him.
It's a mercy ruling.
So in that case, should we stop it here then, Adam?
I mean, if you want to, I guess it depends if you want to put the rest of this in the video or not.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of extra footage. I feel like it'd only be like a highlights. I think it's fair to stop here.
Yeah, probably, especially since I just game over it again.
Yeah, I think it's fair to stop here. All right, well, that's that then. Thank you for the run, Asdra. Thank you for trying your best to still finish up. I'll give you props there, of course, too.
Yeah, it was fun, even though I was failing quite miserably, especially at the end there.
Well, I'm glad you had fun. Fuck off, enemy. I'm glad you had fun. I had a good time too. It was good chat, good run. But yeah, so that's that. I'm not progressing any further in our standings. Our standings, I believe, are all similar. All that matters, I guess, potentially is possibly, asterisk is the placement of the two people that don't make it into the next round. Yeah, thank you very much for the run, and we'll see you all in the next run. Bye bye.
Bye bye.